Hello, this is GGLS3 running on the MiSTer FPGA. Just going to go into the menus and show you everything's on default at the moment. I haven't got the Z80 speed overclocked, so any slowdown that occurs is going to be what would happen on a real Game Gear. I have not turned sprite flicker off, so whatever flicker and slowdown appears in the game is hopefully exactly as it would appear on a real Game Gear. So let's get going. So we've got some stock options there. I'll leave them all on default and we'll start the game. So the first thing I notice is that the game does auto fire, so you don't need to be mucking around with turbo fire or anything, which is nice. I'm not super familiar with the Aleste series. I have owned a few of the games in this series back in the day when I was a kid. I had the Master System game. I forget what it was called now. Power something. And I did actually have the SNES game, Super Aleste. I did actually buy that when I was a kid and bought it from Japan, so I'm familiar with that, but I haven't played any of those for a long time. This is a brand new game made by M.A.M.E. It was released in a Aleste collection for various consoles in the not too distant past. And they coded a brand new Aleste game. Aleste is famously by compile, of course, so I don't think compile had anything to do with this. Not that compile exists anymore, that is. I suppose it's possible that some ex-compile staff may work for M2 or may have had a hand in this. But yeah, it is extremely impressive for a Game Gear game, as I'm sure you can see. I'm getting some flicker, but it really is not very noticeable, and of course the main thing is it's not impacting gameplay at all. I mean, the amount of stuff actually flying around really is impressive. I don't appear to have a bomb button. I may well be wrong there because I'm completely unfamiliar with the game, but at the moment I only appear to have a fire button. That's a nice effect with those birds flying around there. It really is. I mean, this is vague. The amount of stuff flying around on an 8-bit console is vaguely reminiscent of Wrecker on the NES, really. Look at the number of bullets coming out of my ship there. That is impressive for Game Gear. I don't know what any of these letters are. Let's try D. So that's a weapon quite similar to something out of Space Megaforce, also known as Super Aleste and SNES, with those rotating blocks. Let's try another letter. F. That's one I had before, isn't it? So that's a kind of powerful close range flame shot. T. Back to the massive spread shot. Oh, that's nice. Laser bolts. We've got some multiple layers of parallax, they're very nice. A is the directional fireballs, so they fire in whichever direction you're moving your ship. More multiple layers of parallax there. Oh, nice, look at that. So the fact this is working on the MiSTer would I assume means it should work with no problem whatsoever on a real Game Gear. I do have a Game Gear actually, but the screen is barely visible now. I don't have a flash cart for it. These graphics really are impressive. Holy hell, look at that. Straight for me. I wonder how many continues you get, if you get any at all. Continue, game over, level normal, continue. So it appears when you continue, I'm assuming I'm going to start at the beginning of level 2, that's correct. Yeah, this game had come out on the Game Gear back in '92 or whenever it was it came out over here in the UK at least. I think people would have been pretty amazed. So it really is amazing what M.A.M.E have managed to do here. There is a good shmup on the Game Gear. I think it's the only good one I can think of at the moment. Apart from maybe if there were any Power Strike games. Yeah, Power Strike, that's the name of the Master System games. I couldn't remember earlier. I had Power Strike 1 on the Master System. Anyway, I don't know if any of those, if there were any variations of Power Strike came out for the Game Gear, but the one shmup I did think was quite impressive and worth checking out for Game Gear was Hades Comet, which is a kind of remake of a 80s arcade shmup. That's actually a pretty good game. but I think this one's pretty much obviously jumped to the top of the best Game Gear shmups now. So yeah, this is just going to be a short video just to give some idea of how this runs on a MiSTer, and presumably how it runs on a Game Gear as well, to a very high degree of accuracy. That is really cool. The way you just suddenly go into space. I'll give this boss one more go and then we'll call it a day. Something tells me I'm probably not going to finish him on this attempt. But let's see what happens. It's when he suddenly homes it on. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Why do I always move the wrong way? I've got to try and move the opposite direction. Okay, I've got to avoid those as well, which is easier said than done. Alright, managed to avoid him there. You do get a bit of telegraphing about which direction he's going to go in. But you don't get long to think about it. Oh, nice! Stage 3 I think now? I've got one life left. I'll keep going until that life's gone. Wave 3. I think I'll try and keep this laser beam weapon for a while. Of course, normally when I say things like that, I die immediately, so let's see what happens. Definitely getting a bit slow down now. So there is very obviously slowdown in this game, without any overclocking or anything. But so far I wouldn't say it's been anything that's been off-putting. And as most of you are probably fully aware, a bit of slowdown doesn't do any harm in really frantic bits sometimes. The Game Gear core does feel really nice, super responsive. I think that's game over, isn't it? Very cool. Oh well, thanks for watching. That was GGLS3 running on the Game Gear core on the MiSTer. Until next time.